Hey guys, let's make some chloroform today. If you're not sure what chloroform actually is, then here's a trained professional testing it.
А сейчас мы проверим, действительно ли хлороформ усыпляет человека, как в фильмах. Не повторяйте этого дома. Да вот видите, ничего.
Also, chloroform is actually kinda weak if you really think about it. So I'm gonna do some chemistry magic to make an even more potent sleepy juice. So to make my sleep meds, we're gonna need some bleach. Mine was around 20% and it was bought from a local company. Then there's acetone. Also, a small note next to acetone, you might want to have an excess of bleach because acetone can form a difficult to separate mixture with the chloroform. Okay, so here we have a really cool 1 liter beaker. Also, by the way, please excuse me for my session looking like a crack then. Okay, so to start off, first I've added some bleach. Then I've diluted it using water to 400 milliliters. I've then swirled it, and I forgot one crucial thing, which led to a disaster along the way. So like a total idiot, I've just dumped in acetone to bleach at around 16% concentration. Once it started bubbling, I've had the classic moment, well, I guess I've done something horribly fucking wrong. And then I've grabbed a piece of an old lab stand, and I've started very aggressively stirring it. All of these bubbles are chloroform fumes. And if not for my trusty gas mask and my open window, I would have totally had lung cancer. However, that's a pretty good outcome considering my Walter White cosplay would finally be complete. This was the first attempt and was a total failure, and I'm kind of mad of myself for making such a dumb mistake. However, nothing besides my ego got hurt. So anyway, here's the good attempt. This time I've diluted the bleach a lot more and it was actually cooled properly. And of course, I've started adding the acetone in small portions. As the portions were added, the mixture started to become milky white. And out of nowhere, after I've touched it, it basically turned fully white. I guess I'm a wizard now. That means that the chloroform reaction is happening. Finally, I've added the last portion and I've let it sit in the cold outside. The temperature after an hour was around 18 Celsius. However, I don't really remember exactly. I probably should have just written it somewhere. Speaking of the chloroform reaction, let me explain it for you. Just a heads up, I'm going to do the explanation speedrun version because this reaction has honestly been beaten like a dead horse at this point. Extremely simplified, an acetyl group gets halogenated by a base. And because that base is there, the acetone gets attacked by the hypochlorite. And then a bunch of bullshit happens and now we have this really cool carbon chloride free ion. And then the ion abstracts a proton from the acetone and now we have the sleepy juice. Okay, after it was thrown outside, I went to sleep. Just kidding, I've played some Fortnite. When I woke up, there happened to be a layer at the bottom of the beaker. And I'm really not sure why, but it seemed to coalesce into chloroform orbis. I guess that's because all that water was pushing down on it. Anyway, I've dumped the water into my waste bucket and here we have some chloroform. The chloroform and water were transferred into a separatory funnel. You can see a really faint line at the bottom of the separatory funnel, and this is the line which separates the chloroform from water. The lower part was drained straight to the beaker.
Fuck.
And now is a good time to smell the chloroform. And here's my reaction to that information.
Oh god. This smells like cancer. Holy fuck. Oh my god. It smells like bleach tastes.
Please don't ask me how I know how bleach tastes. I really don't know why I said that. The chloroform still has some water in it, and that's why we need a drying agent. For this, I've picked anhydrous calcium chloride. This is a flask filled with calcium chloride. And now I'll be adding the cancer liquid into the flask. The calcium chloride will eat up all of the water, and then the chloroform will get boiled off. So the distillation was set up and the chloroform was collected. So here's the actually really rare footage of me actually bottling my product. To the solvent I've added some ethanol to stabilize the chloroform. If you do not do that, it will release a dangerous nerve gas over time. Wait, what, nerve gas? That's right, dummy. If you don't stabilize it, you will get a nerve gas that literally poisons you in milligrams. But anyway, what is this goddamn cancer juice even used for? Well then, first of all, the sleepy juice that I've just made is now an obsolete anesthetic, solvent, and you may not even know it, but it has a hand in creating the PTFE plastic, which is also known as Teflon. That's right, all of your cooking pans were once this shit. So anyway, now we're going to be converting this virgin ass, weak sedative, chloroform, into GigaChat Sigma based drumroll please chlorobutanol. Hell yeah. Chlorobutanol is extremely similar to chlorohydrate, which is another sedative, but we don't talk about that one. And just like its liquid predecessor, it can give you cancer, but this time it's liver cancer. Also, I think it's really cool, however you might find boring, that chlorobutanol is actually capable of sublimation. Okay, so the setup for this is quite simple. The snow is being added to form an ice bath, and in that ice bath there's a beaker with 20 ml of acetone. Now this is, as always, where I screw something up. I swear, not every project I freak something up. I just feel like I have some kind of a bad luck with organic chemistry. On God, I hate organic chemistry and I think that the organic chemistry hates me. Thankfully, I didn't go for a hat trick. Okay, back to failure. Basically, some snow fell into the acetone, but more on that later. The ice bath was completed by adding some water, then a thermometer was added, and I waited for everything to cool to around 2°C. Then using my broken syringe I started injecting 1.5 ml of the sleepy juice. Then I added around a gram of sodium hydroxide granules. So here's what's happening. Chlorobutanol is formed by a base-driven nucleophilic addition of chloroform and acetone. After around an hour the whole thing has been taken out of the ice bath, and you can see the beaker is cloudy, and that's the freak up. Mainly that just should be the sodium hydroxide granules. However, the reaction was ruined mainly because some snow fell into the acetone, it turned into water, contaminating the reaction with water. And of course the reaction is water sensitive, causing chlorobutanol to precipitate. Here's me filtering and then adding water to knock out the product. That's because in water chlorobutanol is really poorly soluble. So now let's do it properly. Off camera. Yep, I'm that lazy. Here you can see the chlorobutanol crystals after water has been added. To be honest, during the second attempt I was so dead inside that when I saw the crystals precipitate, it was like my life force snapped back to me, and I finally turned on the camera. So I waited for the crystals to settle, and here we have it, folks. Chlorobutanol. Well, that was quite a long journey, wasn't it? Now for the meme, I've decided to make a chlorobutanol injection. So the chlorobutanol was dissolved in acetone, and then I've took it out with a syringe. This will make a great thumbnail. Now it's time for me to do some really nefarious deeds. Like killing all of the fungus in my house. Because chlorobutanol is a perfect anti-fungus. The hell did you thought I was going to use it for?